Hello everyone, Justin here, and I just saw this movie, Code Geass, Koku no Akito, or Akito the Exiled. So, I am now going to give my thoughts on the movie. So yes, I've previously reviewed the TV series Code Geass, the first season, and Code Geass R2, and you can see those reviews if you have the time. But so, right now, I'm just going to review what I just watched, and that's this new installment of Code Geass of Koku no Akito. Yeah, just let me get a more open space to talk. So yes, despite the end, how R2 ended, they are still making new Code Geass, as you can see. So so how does this fit into the confines of the TV series? Well, if you've already seen the TV series, you know there's a 1-year gap between the first and second season, and in this particular movie series, this is the first of 4 movies. The next one comes out in next spring. So this takes place between the first and second seasons of Code Geass. And do you need to see the TV series to understand this movie? In the context of the first movie, I say no, because, it does talk about, how Japan was taken over by the Britannian Empire and all that stuff, but there's really no mention of what goes on in the TV series, or there's really no mention of any of the characters. So at this point, you really need no understanding of the TV series or exposure to the TV series to watch this first movie so far. But yes, after the credits, there is a preview to the next movie, and there will be characters from the TV series who will be in the next installment. And I'm not going to say who appears, but yeah, I guess you may have to know the TV series. But if you've seen the TV series, you will have a better idea of the geopolitical landscape of Code Geass, and I think that an understanding of that geopolitical landscape is necessary to understand what goes on in the context of this movie. Because usually in the TV series, they've already mentioned the Britannian Empire, there's the Chinese Federation, and there's the European Union. And mostly focused, there wasn't really much focus of the European Union in the TV series, so this movie focuses more on that. And it's about how this Japanese boy named Akito, he's an exile to the European Union, and he's a lieutenant in a nightmare army, and he's one of their best pilots. And he's under the command of this one young female commander named Layla, whose father is the best friends of this general guy. And mostly what happens, of course, they're fighting Britannia, and they're also having to deal with the issues of, let's say, exiled people from Area 11 or Japan coming to the European Union. And you kind of see how difficult it is, how the Japanese were having difficulties outside their home area trying to get into the European Union, and, nobody was caring about them. And they really show that a lot here, because they never really expanded to how they were treated outside of Japan within the confines of the TV show. So it expands to, you get more exposure to the geopolitical landscape of the world of Code Geass, and I think it does a good job of, doing that. Akito as a character, he's, or the entire world of this OAV series, it's not black and white, it's not shades of gray, it's just really, really black. I mean, it's pretty dark, and at the same time, you got an idea of, there's really no good guys in this. I mean, Akito enjoys, you get an idea that he enjoys killing people, he doesn't give a shit about anybody. I mean, what kind of well, I'm pretty sure as the series progresses, they'll expand more on his character, and by the time the series ends, they give his character, by the time the movie ends, they give a little expansion to his character, and, I think eventually he'll grow on us, but, he's kind of a loner, and all that other stuff. I mean, he's nothing like Lelouch, where, he's a loner too, but at the same time, he was also a uniter, and he was a very excellent leader. He was very charismatic, and all that. He had everything. I mean, after all, Lelouch is an exiled prince, and he had so much to his advantage. There was just so much to his character to begin with, while Akito, he's just a mystery at this point. And Layla, at the same time, she's just, I wouldn't say she's confused. It's just that she's also in the dark. She's still trying to figure out her place in the world. I mean, she lost her parents when she was young herself. And she sort of does feel uncomfortable about working with Akito and all that. So there's, you're still just trying to get into the gist of things. And this will be 4 episodes long, 4 movies. So eventually it'll expand. And, hopefully it'll lead to other things. The music, the music isn't really out there. I mean, like, you don't get something explosive like colors like in the first season. Sakamoto Maya, who plays Layla, she sings the ending song. It's in tune with the dark atmosphere of this movie. I say the best thing to talk about is, of course, the mech action. I mean, it's more mech-oriented as opposed to the TV series. While the mech action in the TV series kind of felt more secondary compared to, the politics and the the characterization. I mean, the story and the characters always came first in the TV series. Well, in this one, I would say the mech and the story and characters are kind of more equal. It's very well choreographed. It's very well grounded. It really knows how to use the environments and all that. I mean, knows how to use the firepower. And, it brings its own distinct kind of thrill and excitement. And I say this is more geared toward mech fans as opposed to, to the intellectual side of what Lelouch brought in the TV series. So I think, for fans of the Code Geass series, it will lack some things what made the TV series appealing. But I guess, it's a good treat either way. I say at this point, a person who's not familiar with Code Geass, they will be somewhat confused because of the geopolitical landscape. It's only briefly touched upon. I mean, all they just say is, in the year 2010, CE 2010, Britannia took over Japan within a month and all that. And it doesn't really say, there's all these different factions in the world. It doesn't say, well, of course, it doesn't really say there's a Chinese Federation. It's not really as well, elaborated upon it, as I think it should be. I think they could have used the intro more to talk like, oh, here's the geopolitical landscape of Code Geass. I think other than that, a newcomer watching this movie will still, be able to find its own distinct, qualities and enjoyment. And of course, another thing, like the whole concept of Geass. Of course, there are some characters with Geass powers, of course, but I think for newbies, they will be confused. But I'm pretty sure as the movie expands, they will explain how it all works, and I'm pretty sure the second movie will have the chance to do that. So yeah, I give this maybe somewhere between a 7.75 and an 8 out of 10 at this point. I say if you're a Code Geass fan, this might be worth a watch, but like I said, it will lack some things what made the TV series special. Akito doesn't really have the qualities of what made Lelouch or Suzaku special or anything like that, but, of course it's just a side story, and I'm pretty sure, I think he does have a lot of room to develop. And I think Layla definitely has a lot of room to develop. As for Akito, he's kind of like how Cloud was in the old Final Fantasy VII games. I mean, like, he's very he kind of isolates himself, but at the same time, he is a smartass. And, he is a mystery. So I think there's a lot to look forward to. So, yeah. So thanks for watching, and hope you can check out the new Code Geass whenever you can. Thanks, bye.